Captain's Logs Supplemental Star date 0406202023.4 Starship Excelsior's log USS Excelsior NCC 77246. So I got a couple small issues that's short to talk about tonight. Chloe had one of her severe meltdowns a little bit ago. She asked me after the phone call with Poppy what Poppy thought of this whole Social Security thing. When I talked to her about it, him about everything, and then reiterated what he said, Chloe flipped her lid, thinking Social Security is out to get her. Now, Social Security pulled another review because they want to make sure Chloe's disabled, which clearly she is. However, they have questions that won't get answered, so they want to delay her benefits. One being why. Now, Chloe had an outburst, started hitting herself, and then she cut herself, and she made threats. Then she destroyed property, which was a letter from Social Security. I just can't take seeing her hit herself or cut herself. I mean, the nerves, the people think my nerves are steel. They're not. They're raw. And my nerves are shot. Thing is,
someone watching this and talking about how the sheriff notified.
They're not going to do anything. Quit being paranoid. So what happened is I tried to explain to Chloe in nice terms, in easy to understand terms, that Social Security basically pulled her file for review for two reasons. Now, I'm not going to sugarcoat this video. I'm going to explain it to you all in simple terms. They're reviewing it. So, as you know earlier, we got a letter stating that they're reviewing her Social Security case. Unfortunately, they said it was her SSI case. Now, SSI, if you're on SSI, you usually are on it if you're blind, disabled, or not many work credits. Oh, for SSDI, you got to work at least 10 years and have X amount of work credits. Fortunately, with Chloe, she's worked 10 years. Problem is Chloe thinks the government's dicking her around. That's not the case. Case is she was told she was approved on both. Soon as the phone call ended, about the timestamp slot, a letter went out within an hour or two. Could have went out on a Friday, came in on a Monday, 3 days, give or take, stating that they're reviewing her SSI case. Nothing about SSDI, right, disability insurance. Unfortunately, Chloe called them today with me present, and the lady basically was rude. Tried to misgender her, everything else. Chloe's in a panic. She's been waiting 50 months for an income. They don't want to pay it. She thinks they're trying to dick her around. The thing is I tried to explain in easy terms to Chloe is the letter that they gave was a letter by law stating that they needed more information for SSI. Didn't say anything about SSDI. Now, when we called Social Security today, the lady that we're supposed to speak to, we didn't get. The lady basically stated that she was approved for both, but they're reviewing it again. So it'll be delayed. But then she says there's a letter in the mail. Right out during the phone call, a letter will be delivered to us on the 9th, which means they're going to send it today or tomorrow morning, which is fine and dandy. So there's a letter coming in the mail. We'll know when, and I'll let you guys know the answer to it. In the meantime, as you know in my rant earlier about finances, at least Chloe will have something while waiting for disability. But if they're going to delay it, as I tried to explain to Chloe in terms that she could understand without her blowing up, that Social Security's got to send a letter by law stating that her claim's delayed. Sorry, I'm a little tired. Her claim's delayed for whatever freaking reason. Okay? Plain and simple. They got to turn around and tell Chloe, look, your claim's delayed for this reason. Said the lady said there's a letter in the mail. Now Chloe's panicked that they're going to say she's denied. The lady said that clearly she's not approved on SSI. The SSDI is being in review and will take 6 months. Unfortunately, it doesn't take 6 months for a re-review for an approval that you were approved before you get your first benefit payment for SSDI. The problem is she's already waited 6 months from start to finish. The medical part of it's done. They said that's done. She's been approved. They don't know why they're delaying it. And they can't delay it 6 more months. They can't. They got to go through it, review it, send it out. The office is pretty fast. So Chloe, of course, couldn't take it. Simple terms. Which was, they're not dicking you around. They got to send a letter out by law stating there's a delay. The letter on the 9th could be a letter basically stating that they're delaying it. Let's see what happens. If she's approved on SSI, Poppy said get a lawyer. Unfortunately, Chloe lost her marbles and kept hitting herself in the head like she usually does. Then she fucking lost it and took a knife and cut herself. Part of borderline. Well, I was abused as a child, so seeing her hit herself is a trigger for me. And then seeing her cut herself is another trigger because hubby was a borderline. Trying to do simple terms to tell Chloe, take a chill pill, relax, got a couple days, wait for the letter. Meantime, don't worry. Going off the deep end and saying you're going to pack up and go to Arizona with the COVID coming along so you can make a point that you don't want benefits is basically cutting your nose to spite yourself. Fortunately, she needs to calm down and quit hitting herself. So she was talking about checking herself in the hospital and then skipping the hospital and threatening people's lives. I finally just said, look, take a walk, do something that's creative and calm down. I mean, literally. I mean, in my opinion, she needs to chill the fuck out and relax. She's going to make drive herself nuts. Now, you all know, I've talked in the past about her medical records. I guess I'll touch base greatly and shortly for this. Every emergency room visit, every mental hospital visit, they basically put in their records, can't manage money, needs group home, wants SSI, wants SSDI. Now, the lady basically that approved her under the medical grounds that she's been hospitalized too many times. Fortunately, the federal government and the field office basically pulled it for review again for the 5th time before sending her a payment or a letter. Even after they called her, they said she's been approved on both. Now, I'm betting that the left hand ain't talking to the right. I mean, literally, this letter states no SSI, wait 4 months, which she's already waited 6 months. It doesn't take 4 more months or 6 more months to get approved. That's a year. Doesn't take that long. The other thing I stated was to Chloe, what she got mad is they could be denying her or trying to deny her based on no treatment. There's no treatment for BPD. Fortunately, Chloe's in a panic, and that's unfortunate because she needs to take a chill pill and wait patiently. I mean, look, if she's waited 50 months to get this far, what is a few more days for a letter? Oh, I can't wait a few more days. I need money now. That's fine and dandy. We all need money now. My point is, We wait and see. I mean, literally. The letter stated supposedly she was going to be put on SSI. That's fine. At least it's something. We can work around this, but Chloe doesn't want to work around it. I mean, Chloe thinks that they might be trying to secretly do a payee status. They can't. They got to send a letter saying, we think you can't manage your money. We're sending you this letter to appeal our decision if you wish for a payee. You don't appeal it, there's a payee, and we'll choose someone for you, or you choose someone for yourself. I mean, it's not cut and dry where Chloe's being denied. I mean, this lady was rude. Big deal. You had a bad experience today. I've had a bad experience myself. I mean, I love Jose, and his coffee wasn't picked up. That kind of upsets me. The money spent should be making sure that he gets his coffee. That's all I'm saying. Now, when it comes to me, Dad said it best. They are reviewing it and will be cut down to the BS to why. Let me put it this way. Chloe's getting... Let me just put it this way for all the audience, okay? Make a short and sweet video. Chloe's supposed to be getting a retro check, okay? They did the math, about $73,000. Social Security wants to make sure that she can handle $73,000. And two is, they want to make sure she's qualified for that money after 50 months. They're not just going to go and say, you're approved, here you go. Someone at the higher up in the field office basically pulled it right after the phone call was made to double check it. Hell, for all we know, it could have been the lady that was doing her case. For all we know. I mean, problem is Chloe needs to take a chill pill and wait and see what this letter says before she goes off the deep end over one letter that she got mad and destroyed property. I mean, this is pretty much childish. So, technically, there you go. So, basically, what's happened is, I just wanted to say, they're really checking. I mean, Chloe's mom wants to be in command, so let her be in command if she wants. My thing is Chloe never signed a release info. Bobby said it's stupid. But Chloe, on the other hand, is panicking. I mean, look at it this way. The side portion. We got advice, get a lawyer. We'll get the lawyer tomorrow. I know a place that does Social Security lawyers, and they'll get to the bottom of this. In the meantime, Chloe needs to take a chill pill, not gut herself, hit herself, panic, scream, and yell and holler over something that's out of her control. I mean, I told her just wait for the letter to come in. The lady's sending it tomorrow. It'll be here Thursday or Friday. We just wait. I mean, we have to wait for everything else. We're stuck here till the 5th. We're not allowed to leave except to get groceries, so we might as well make the most of it. But she wants to get mad and say they're dicking her around. They're not dicking her around when they want to make sure $73,000 is going to the proper thing, Now, there is some rumors going around, from what I understand. Talking to the Social Security advocate, the medical part, the advocate for the medical, who thinks that Chloe might take this money foolishly and buy a new car and gas and insurance and leave the island and go to Arizona and get a job. I mean, they got all these things on their mind on a payee. I mean, we don't know what is going through Social Security's head until we get the letter. We just have to sit back and play it by ear. Fortunately, Chloe doesn't want to play it by ear. Chloe wants her money now. because she's been out of money for so long. In her head, she's got all these plans. In Social Security's head, they want to make sure that this money will go to good use. And because of it, it is clearly, I know I've been promised, payment for all the money I've spent. Social Security said I'm not to, but they want to go after me because I'm looking after Chloe. So it's a double-edged sword. So in the meantime, if she gets SSI, it's like her mom said, it's better than nothing. If she doesn't get SSI and she gets SSDI, it's better than nothing. If she gets neither, it's got to be put on paper, and she's entitled to an exhibit file and an appeal. Thing is, if they don't give her the information for appealing it, then basically they can't drag out a claim for another 6 months just because of a review. I mean, literally, they could have the review done in 24 hours. Now, they said in the letter that Chloe tore up that they want to check all institutions for banks to make sure, banking institutions, to make sure she doesn't have money elsewhere and she's drawing off it without anyone knowing. Then, But the letter also stated that Chloe destroyed, now that I can't talk about it, was that they claim I'm not disabled and Chloe's not getting medical benefits and food benefits and other benefits. So basically, the Social Security Administration lied under penalty and perjury of the law, because that's a statement that said right there, under penalty of best of knowledge. I was there when Chloe said, I'm on food stamps, $16. I'm on Social Security disability. She's not on anything. I'm paying everything. That's true. But to have them turn around and basically say, under penalty of perjury of the law, to the best of their knowledge, Chloe tried to correct them today, and the lady wouldn't hear it. All she said is, there's something in the mail. Look for it. Goodbye. And Chloe was getting angry for being misgendered. Now, I can understand Chloe being misgendered, but by law, Social Security has to go off of birth name. They don't have to basically go off of Chloe. They have to Castle. I can understand where they're coming from. Chloe's like, oh, my gender marker is female. Well, it might be female, but Social Security, as Poppy says, and the lady I talked to today, the medical part, they have red flags. One is that in every one of her medical records, whether it be primary care physician or psychiatry, psychology therapists, mental places, she wanted on disability. She wanted them to help her with disability. Well, that's a red flag. Two is, we want to confirm the diagnosis. So let's have, say, bipolar. Most of them say borderline. Three is, again, they want to make sure that she qualifies for this money. They don't want to give, they can review her at any time. So if they're reviewing her now, it's because A, they want to make sure they're giving the money properly. B, that she qualifies. And the other possibility is she's not getting treatment, so they don't have to pay her. But under SSI, they have acknowledged that she's disabled. So if she's disabled, it's already half crystallized. The other half is the SSDI part. Now, like I said, if you're on SSI, you're not entitled to $73,000 because you lose the SSI, you get SSDI. So it could be Chloe's hearing, and we're hearing that they're saying SSI when they mean SSDI, or vice versa. So we need to know in this letter what's going on. So Chloe shouldn't be losing her marbles over not understanding. She doesn't understand. I mean, I was there when the lady gave the quote of $73,000. Unfortunately, for the retro, they're basically crossing their T's and dotting their I's to make sure everything is concrete and concurrent. And so if they delay it a week or 2 weeks, Chloe can wait that long. We've waited 50 months. We can wait a little longer. Chloe doesn't want to wait any longer. She's like, they're dicking herself around. They're not. They're basically making sure that she needs to get her money. She shouldn't be hitting herself. She shouldn't be cutting herself. She shouldn't be destroying her own property. She destroyed a mouse the other day, by the way, and I had to replace it, computer mouse. And fourth is, she shouldn't be cutting herself or making threats against others if she ends up in the hospital or the sheriff coming out. She shouldn't be making threats against these people. She gets, mean, that's all I wanted to say, that Chloe shouldn't be doing these things. Now she's in her room crying, and, there's nothing I can do because, I tried to explain in easy terms that they're not dicking her around. She thinks there's a 1% chance they are, but they have to leave a paper trail. They have to send a letter saying, we're delaying your SSI payments or delay until we get further information. Or we're delaying your SSDI claim until we get further information. But that means while they're waiting for these further claims and making her wait a week or 2 weeks or 3 weeks out, it could be backlogged a little bit because of the coronavirus. Or it could be they need to check the banking institutions. All they got to do is go to a nationwide government database that they have on Banking Institute, put their name in, and find out if they had accounts in the past. And if they're closed, then that's it. And there's no bank accounts anywhere. They can say, okay, we can release the money. Or they could write a letter stating that she doesn't qualify for not getting treatment or whatever. The thing is they got to leave a paper trail. Chloe's paranoid that they're going to prolong it 6 months, a year, 18 months, 2 years. The longer they prolong it, the more money she gets. And they know this. So they're not going to prolong it as long as possible like she thinks. Thing is she needs to basically wait. I mean, look, as I told Poppy, we're both stuck in this house under quarantine till at least May 5th. May 5th. So in the meantime, we all have to sit back, relax, and do jack shit. Wait for the mail to come. Plain and simple. When it comes, it comes. So there you have it. We just got to wait and see. We can't just let her hurt herself over it. This is stupid. She can't lose her temper over something that she's not in control of. If she controls something, she'll still lose her temper because it ain't going her way. Thing is, we've lasted this long. We can last a little longer. I've gotten the advice I needed. Chloe didn't like the advice that was given. Wait and see. It's only a couple days away. In the meantime, I'll keep you guys updated as things progress. Thank you. Captain's Supplemental out. USS Excelsior, NCC 77246. Please add and subscribe. Please post comments. Please leave feedback, suggestion. Hit that like, subscribe button. It's also fun even for the family, including your dogs, your cats, your bunnies. Thanks for watching, everyone. This transmission ends now.